to what the rebels believed. So what they didn't understand was that General Eunice, he learned better. And since he learned better, he started to do better. It was reported that the rebel security reported that he arrived. It was reported that rebel security stated that he arrived at, he was at his operations, and they arrested him and his aides early that Thursday, where they were going to question him in reference to some ties with Gaddafi. Now, the NTC said that Eunice was being questioned about military matters, but they were shot before they arrived for questioning. The groups were described as pro-Gaddafi units, and it was also stated that he did not say Gaddafi forces were directly responsible for Eunice's killing, but said that Gaddafi was seeking to break the unity of rebel forces. It was also stated in NTC that if the rebel forces don't join the fight against Gaddafi, that they will risk being arrested for security forces. General Eunice, one of the heroes of the 17th of February Revolution, he was a name marking the date of the early protests against Gaddafi's regime. General Eunice was a great commander, leading sacrificially. General Eunice was the chief of staff of the rebel forces in Libya, and he was arrested by the National Transition Council, which is known to as the NTC. He is being held on an undisclosed military in the Benghazi region. It was stated that the reason the NTC summoned for his arrest was for treason. It was also said that Eunice was arrested for dealing with and smuggling arms to Gaddafi loyalties. Those speculations were derived from the thoughts of loyalists stating Eunice could not have been opposed against Gaddafi because he was his confidant for over 40 years. And just over a span of 5 months, he has a change in direction. Well, the people in Libya felt that, some felt that he was not completely conformed. But what they did not understand was, when he learned better, he did better. Now, General Eunice was silently deceived and falsely detained. It was reported that rebel security arrived at his operations and arrested him and his aides early on Thursday, where they were going to question him about some possible ties to Gaddafi's regime. The NTC said that Eunice was being questioned about a military matter. But they were shot before arriving for questioning. And that draws up a little conspiracy in that statement. Now, the groups that were described that had performed the assassination were called pro-Gaddafi units. And it was stated that Eunice was one of the heroes of the 17th of February Revolution, and he was named one of the most pivotal person to that uprising in Libya. He did not say if Gaddafi's forces were directly responsible for Youni's killing, but he said Gaddafi was seeking to break the unity of the rebel forces. It was also stated by NTC that the rebel forces, if they didn't join the fight against Gaddafi, they would risk being arrested by security officers. Who assassinated General Youni? It was said that he was killed by another group of rebels known as the 17 February Martyrs Brigade, which was a somewhat revenge attack for the incident that occurred in the past where he was affiliated with Gaddafi. Others have speculated a member of the National Transitional Council in Benghazi, which they stated that he was arrested in connection with the murder as a rebel militant who confessed that his subordinate shot and killed him instead of bringing him to Benghazi for questioning. There's a lot of conspiracy based on the assassination of Youni, but ultimately there are some familiar faces who did oppose of Youni's newfound state of government. All of these men have a common ground as conspirators for the death of General Abdul Fattah Youni. These men all have one thing in common: conspiring selfless acts of murder against people who oppose against their leadership. Now, currently, there's a resignation of one of Libya's politicians who was the lead and spearhead of the National Transitional Council. He also was vice president of the chairman of the executive board of the NTC. He served as one of the ministers for the foreign affairs for the NTC. Now, in late November, NTC chief military prosecutor announced that this particular gentleman has been named one of the #1 suspects in the killing of General Abdul Fattah Youni. Although this gentleman stated that he was not affiliated with anything or any signings of capturing General Youni, he is on the run. And as you can see, he has his briefcase and he's gone. So what does that say about him? General Youni was a very, as I stated before, very prudent, honest guy. General Youni, and when I say prudent, it's because he realized that what he had done in the past was not good and it wasn't right. Anyone with a repetitive heart to change from 4 decades of wrongdoing to what is good deserves an opportunity and a chance. And today, I'm going to give him that praise and say, thank you, General Youni, for providing a sacrifice for the Libyan people, for a better country, for a better life, for children, and many more. You are gone, but never forgotten.